Alrighty, welcome back, guys. Alright, so we weren't able to fix the camera, but we'll fix the next round. We figured it out. We figured out the concept, not actually how to do it. Or no. Wait. We figured out how to do it. We just didn't have the time to do it. Okay, there we go. Alright. Alright, so again, I'm Matthew here with David Weisenberg. We're going to be here for most Tuesdays from now on, and we got another round of Modern for you guys. We're seeing Phil Jones playing Maverick and Zachary Harris playing Jund. I believe both players are new to these decks, right?
Phil is pretty well versed in like the Hate Bears type decks.
Yeah,
and Maverick is pretty similar to that.
Okay.
I was talking to him before we started playing tonight about this Maverick deck, and there's some pretty neat stuff going on.
Okay, I imagine so.
Which, if it comes up, I can kind of explain what's going on.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
Zach, as far as I've known him, has been playing Jeskai mostly, but switched over to Jund because of Assassin's Trophy.
He did some Sultai too in between, but now he's on Jund, and we're going to see Jund do Jund things. Double bolt here, remove these creatures.
Kill all the dudes, play the value stuff.
Yep. That's pretty much how this matchup is. Who do you think is suited to win this one? I just feel like Jund should win this. I mean, as in most creature matchups, Jund normally
it's kind of along the same,
very well.
Yeah, it's along the same veins as like Mardu, where you know, you want to play against the creature matchups and not so much against the big mana matchups.
Yeah.
So I think Jund is favored here. There might be times where Phil can like get under Zach with like some Leonin Arbiters or something if he's playing those.
Sure.
Or, you know, lock him out of doing whatever.
It'll be
he wants
hard,
to do,
but yeah, I mean, especially when you're trying to avoid turn 1 hand hate and turn 1 removal. You got bolts, fatal push, all those answers to like Leonin Arbiters and all that good stuff. But it'll be very interesting. I think Jund is probably favored pretty heavily in this matchup. We'll see how Phil handles it, though.
Yeah, this is definitely a good card against Jund.
Yeah, man, Corsair Graphics is great.
Yeah, it just gives you like incidental value. It's a 2/4 and it blocks really well. Like that, like unless until this thing leaves the board, that Bloodbraid Elf is never attacking again. So.
Can Sherman please pull up the chat for us so that way we can see it? Thank you. Alrighty. Again, sorry about the camera. It just looks really bad right now. Try and fix that in between rounds. But how do you think? All right, so I think right now it's going just extremely well for Zach in general. We got a Scoos, Bloodbraid Elf, and they're both attacking here. We're gonna.
Zach must have a bolt or something in his hand.
Yeah.
Or a K command. There it is.
Yep, Callin's command. That'll work. Yep. We can just get back something in the. I don't think he has any creatures though.
He has the Bloodbraid Elf that just died. So
right.
He can kill the Corsair, buy back Bloodbraid. That is some value, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. So, like, the strategy.
Yeah, and now he can eat the... He's leaving up a green mana, so he can eat something with the Scoos the end turn.
And we're going to be sacking...
What a
Horizon came to draw a card. Okay. I don't know why. I was thinking that he was calling in commanding before combat damage happened. That makes a lot more sense, though. Let it die, get it back. Perfect.
Yeah,
all right.
go.
I like what's happening there. Alrighty.
So, speaking of some of the tech that Phil was showing me earlier, I asked him if he was playing. He mentioned he was playing Maverick, and he said that he. I asked him if he was playing Knight of the Reliquary because I know.
I imagine he would be.
Yeah, and turns out he is. And then he showed me this card called Scrib Ranger.
Okay. Yeah, that card is so good. It's played on all the Legacy Maverick decks.
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm not that familiar with Legacy Maverick. I just knew they played Knight. But he showed me that, and I was like, what are you planning on doing with that? And he's like, well, you see, we can go grab something like Gavany Township, pick up a forest, and then, you effectively can use Scrib Ranger to untap your Knight of the Reliquary, so you can activate it again, go get like a Gavany Township, and pump your team before mid-combat or something. You know, do some...
Yeah, you can do a lot of funky stuff with it. Yeah, Scrib Ranger is a lot of fun. Alrighty, and we're gonna see.
That is a hand. Oh,
yeah, Loxodon, Knight of Autumn, double Assassin's Trophy,
and a collecting company.
And a company, yeah, whatever.
Yep.
All right, yeah, and two of those cards are fresh out of Guild of Ravnica, so that's pretty sweet. It's the impact the guilds had on Standard. It's actually huge. Like for most Standard sets, you get maybe one card at the most, right? And I think Dominator was actually another big hit, right? What all did we get out of that? We got some. Did we even see any of the Wizards you play? I don't think so. But Damping Sphere, right? Went to 1 million sideboards. What else? Teferi.
Blue-red Wizards in like that deck Jeff Hooglin played a while back.
Yeah, in Modern,
like, Wizards Lightning and stuff.
Yeah, so like Wizards did see some play, but it it didn't like really fit into any of the actual like decks before.
Oh, no. It just
like, made it. Yeah, just made something new. But yeah, so it's a fairy damping sphere. But I think that was pretty much it. There might have been a counterspell or something out of it. But in general, we've had some really good standard sets. The Dominaria guilds, these have been great.
Yeah, even you know, going as far back as like Kaladesh, you know, Fatal Push was a huge gain to the format. Kind of when that was around the same time when what's it called? Gitaxian Probe got banned.
Yep.
And then like that plus the printing of Fatal Push made Infect like close to unplayable.
Yeah.
You know, so Infect is nowhere to be seen anymore. Like, you know, some people do still play it.
But it's hard.
Oh,
like,
yeah, it is. It's
the meta stomps right now
and,
against that deck.
Yeah, even like I think most of the standard blocks at least have had at least one powerful addition to the Modern format.
Yeah, I think it's been very good. And like with the core set, we just got reprints of good cards, right? So like Scapeshift, Crucible of Worlds, like all these things that have already been in the format. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think right now standard's actually been doing really good for Modern as well. It's pretty sweet just being able to see new things arise. Just like out of nowhere, we saw Dredge and the Green-Black X decks all come back.
Oh yeah,
because of Assassin's Trophy and Creeping Chill.
Yeah, that's the card, Creeping
Chill.
Chill.
And that the S&G Open, like that open, like that was crazy. Like, I mean, the meta completely shifted.
One of the biggest ones is Stitcher Supplier.
Yeah.
Because you know that enabled the Bridgevine deck to just go nuts.
Yep.
And
for all those decks, really. If you're playing Vengevine Supplier, dude.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. I do want to see this Knight of Autumn, though. I just want to see it enter the battlefield, because I'm not sure how good it is in the main.
I have to remember what abilities it has. I know it can. I know it is like a Reclamation Sage, and then it gains 4 life.
Correct.
And then you can become like a 4/3. Right?
Yeah, 2 plus multiple counters. Yep. Gotcha. So that's all the modes.
Cool. That is a good Magic card right there.
It is, yeah. It can be like an actual Reclamation Sage, or it could be just a 4/3, or you know, you can gain 4 life with it.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
So, you know, looking at the game right
here
now,
it is.
Yeah, I imagine this is just going to be. It's either going to gain 4 life or become. Looks like he's
going to gain
4 life. Yeah.
He's not comfortable being at 8.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I can agree with. That's a little low.
Yeah. Looking at the board state now, I believe I don't know what that 2/2 or what that die.
What the die is?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the flipped over token is either.
That's a Voice of Resurgence token.
Okay.
He got a Voice of Resurgence, I think, off
the
Collected Company and
okay, cool.
Something. Yeah.
I mean, how big is this Knight of the Reliquary right now? I don't think it's very big because Zach only took.
The Scooz die.
Or I think he blocked though. That might have been why. It might be huge for all I know.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it. We saw a Horizon Canopy go to the graveyard.
Yeah, he definitely has at least 1 canopy.
Yeah, I have.
Maybe like a fetch land or something.
Maybe, I'm not sure, but
you know,
it's at least a 3/3, which is pretty relevant.
Yeah, looking back at this board state, Phil's done a really good job of maneuvering his way back because, like, you know, when we looked, he got his Courser K-commanded. Zach fought back a Bloodbeard Elf like he just did again. And like Zach had a Scavenging Ooze that was just going to go nuts on the graveyards, and then all of a sudden, Phil gets that 1 Collected Company off and back in. So. And
big here thing, like just because the Knight was at least a 3/3, we'll assume it's a 3/3 because that's all we can think of, right?
Yeah.
It was able to dodge the Call Against command, which is super good. I mean, of course he does have the trophy, but you know, I mean, you're dodging that. It also wouldn't have dodged the Lightning Bolt, but again, like in that one scenario, it was good enough.
Yeah, and you know, Phil, I know at least has another Knight of the Reliquary in his hand, so he's not too sad about you know, losing the first
he's fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, Knight is only going to get better later on later in the game, so Zach had to remove it now, and Phil knew that coming into it. But now I get to full untap here, and Zach's pretty much tapped out. He might have a Bolt, but that's pretty much it. Like, I wouldn't expect anything else.
I think he has Bloodbraid, Dark Confidant, Goyf, and another Assassin's Trophy.
Yeah, so Zach has nothing here. We're going to see, another Knight.
Bloodbraid's not nothing.
I mean, like, nothing happening now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he has 1 land untapped. Like, the best he could have is a Bolt, but, like, besides that, like, it's not going to change any of Phil's plays.
Yeah.
I'm going to see him get in for 3 here, because he played his creatures first.
I think he just
excellent sequencing.
I think he just drew a Lightning Bolt. Good time.
I mean, it's actually still going to be fine. Because we can still get rid of this token.
Yeah,
or something bigger. Okay, so I think Bloodbraid's a little risky here. I feel like what is Maverick? A new deck. Maverick's the deck. Its name comes from the Legacy deck, which essentially adds in good stuff. So essentially just adds in.
Assassin's Trophy.
That's basically what it is.
Ooh, this is really good. So he hit an Assassin's Trophy off of the Bloodbraid, and he has another one in his hand. So what he could do is, if for whatever reason Phil plays another creature and attacks with the voice token and the smiter,
right,
he could block the... I guess he's just going to attack right into the...
Yeah, that's interesting.
That is really interesting. Maybe because he wants to bolt the smiter?
Maybe. I don't know if I'm down for
I
that.
still don't like trading 2 for 1.
Yeah,
here,
me neither.
At decks like Jund, they just want to... They want to try to get as many 2 for 1s for themselves as they possibly can throughout the game. So 2 for 1ing yourself there. Which I guess technically, Bloodbraid is 2 cards. So it's really like a 1 for 1 if you think about it, but...
It's a little awkward in general.
Yeah. Big card on the side of Phil here. He has a Gavany Township in play.
Okay.
And
yeah, that's gonna do work.
Yeah, especially against decks like John that play a lot of damage-based removal spells.
In general, yeah. So as damage-based removal spells, and as the game just goes long, right?
Oh yeah.
So Jund can close quickly, but it's not quick enough. Like you're gonna be able to, you're gonna see a turn 5, right? You're gonna be able to activate your township at least once during the match.
Yeah.
If you want to.
However, Assassin's Trophy hits lands, and
it
he
does.
still has the 1 copy in his hand. So if it does,
he doesn't need to use it just yet. Yeah.
No. But if it does post a big threat, he can. Oh, don't use it on the token.
Yeah, please
don't do it. No,
it's a 1/1. It's not worth it.
Don't do it. Maelstrom pulse it or something.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
That's better.
Who's baiting us? Put the trophy on top. There you go. All right, so that Tarmogoyf token is going to represent the power and toughness. It's going to represent the power once I put the die on it. I think it's about a 4/5. Wait, the Corsair Crew fix, that's enchantment creature. Calling its command instant. I'm assuming there's some sort of hand disruption sorcery and then land. So that's 5, 6.
Yep. I actually. Oh, I guess he has a 5/6. I don't remember a sorcery being hit.
I think we saw a Inquisition that was discarded.
Oh wait, yeah, because he couldn't take the collected company with it. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So it is a 5/6.
It looks like he hit another Coco and hit another Knight of Autumn and a Scavenging Ooze, which Scavenging Ooze is a really, really good card in these creature mid-range.
Yeah, especially since we've already seen Zach get back his Bloodbraid Elf twice with Calling its command.
Oh yeah. Now you can just stop him from ever doing it again.
And we're gonna make the Knight of Autumn a 4/3. Now Zach's looking at this trophy real long and hard, and we're going for the land. Okay.
Yeah, I like that play a lot.
Yep, I agree.
Because that can just get out of hand.
Alright, so in response, we're going to eat the Bloodbraid Elf. Doesn't really matter that we're doing that now, but it's... Or wait.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and we're also floating in colorless off the township.
No, I believe the township was already tapped.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, he's just...
okay, he's just activating it for why not. Alright, makes sense.
Well, because Zach's just tapped out, so he's just going to do whatever he can.
Right, and it's going to go back to...
Yeah. I imagine he gets a basic forest here, if he has one. I would imagine he would get a basic forest here and activate the Scoos again.
That's what I would do, yeah.
Just eat another, I don't know, a Dark Covenant or something.
I don't know if he has it. He's looking. Not finding anything immediately.
Does he only play
I mean, you can also get a shock. That's fine.
Oh, okay, so he has a basic
no, we're getting off of that trophy, though, not our fetch. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a tapped Temple Garden, I believe.
Okay, yeah. That sounds... sorry, there's a... pretty bad glare there. Okay, so I think right now Phil's in a really good position.
Oh yeah.
Especially with Zach's card, it's pretty much just it's going to be a 1-for-1 here, and that's not going to be good enough since Phil has the advantage in numbers currently.
Yeah.
Actually, it would even the creatures, but we'll see.
Well, Phil also has a Horizon Canopy, so you can just draw an extra card and then he put.
Which I imagine he's going to do right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to keep it around really.
Yep, and we're going to see him do that.
Yep, using a basic plains to leave up the green mana for the Tarmogoyf. So it looks like he has Knight of the Reliquary and Courser of Crewfix.
Yes, that's what I saw as well.
Wow.
Yeah, those are 2 pretty heavy heaters. I want to play this Courser first, see if I can find a land off the top of my deck. And if not, you have enough mana to play both, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you can just play both. plus, you know, it's gonna make this. He can play both and
make
leave
the
open,
voice of 5/5.
Yeah, the voice are gonna be a 5/5. He won't have any mana left for the scavenging use though.
Yeah.
But you know, I would just. Well, no, you can't. But you can't even attack with the voice token.
Yeah, because it's a 5/6 life. So I like playing the Court Circuit, seeing if you can find a land, and then choosing if you want to play the Knight or not. Which I think you would just anyways.
So you can leave open the skews.
Yeah, if it's necessary. I'm not sure what all is in Zach's graveyard currently, or what's in Phil's even. Because I don't. Yeah, so he's gonna do the opposite though. Wait, I mean, which is fine.
He might be able to shrink the Goyf.
Yeah,
with
by eating enough creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, he can just start eating card types out of the graveyard.
But yeah, but I'm not sure if it's relevant or not. Because we've seen a lot of things die this game.
Yeah, well,
also,
I mean, like like the 1 Inquisition and make it a 4/5.
Yeah, so we get that or the 1 Court Circuit fix, Geared of Enchantment.
Yeah, yeah. So he can just use those two.
Yeah.
And then this voice token can just start
All right, it looks like he's just gonna go after creatures though.
Yeah.
Which is probably fine. I'm not sure how many creatures are in his graveyard.
Well, it looks like there's the Inquisition.
Oh, there's also a Maelstrom Pulse in Zach's hand though, so he can add 1 more sorcery, so it won't be too big of a problem. But it will matter for this combat here.
Yeah.
Because yep, there's courts are gone.
Yeah, he at least gets this voice token damage through. Like that or
so now goes to 3/4.
Yeah, I don't imagine. I do believe they missed the
life
gain.
Triggers. Yeah, I think they did miss life gain triggers.
Because he ate 1 already, so this Scoo should be a 5/5 right now.
Right,
oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah, he sees it. And they traded?
Yeah, looks like it. A 4/4 for the what was it? The
It was a scavenging use.
Okay.
I don't see how they would trade there.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he double blocked and
he chose to kill.
He chose to kill the Scoos, which I agree with.
Yeah, because I thought the Scoos were just 2/2.
Yeah, you can deal with the Tarmogoyf all day. Like,
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yep.
You just don't want this Scoos running rampant. Plus, you have your own scavenging use to deal with the Goyf already on board. So.
Yeah. Also, just being able to eat all the creatures yourself is just better.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It also means that your Knight won't be getting shrinked by the Scoos eating your lands. Alrighty.
So Zach's actually got a really interesting decision here.
Let's see how the card in his hand.
He has a Dark Confidant and a Master Pulse, I believe. Yeah,
I'm going to pull the Scoos. Interesting. All right.
Well, I definitely would, because that is his answer to your Tarmogoyf right now, already on board. And Scavenging is just so good in these mid-range matchups.
Yeah, it's just in general rough. Because Scoos, all right, so Scoos scales and Knight scales, right?
Oh, yeah.
Those are 2 cards that are just very good because they get bigger.
Yeah.
Right, so they're both. So it's a hard choice there in general, and also Knight can just get him a land that could. I mean, Knight just might be able to blow him out.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I forgot about this other card that this one of that Phil showed me.
Yep, dude.
Gadok.
Yeah, Maverick plays, and at least in Legacy, they play a lot of 1-ofs, and Gadok is one of those 1-ofs.
Gadok is great in Legacy. Like it stops your opponent from casting Force of Wills.
Yep.
Like
storming off, generally.
Yeah, they can't play,
there's a lot of different things that it stops.
Random things like Chalice of the Void, or what's the other? Green Sun Zenith. Like if you're in the mirror and you just get a Gadok down really early.
Yep. All right, we're stacking the Gadok. No use for it here. I mean, yeah, in Modern stops Kokos, so that's pretty hot.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty.
Unfortunately, does not stop Liliana the Veil.
Can we update Zach's life total? It appears he's at 5. I think he took the hit from the Knight there, which would make Knight a 8/8. So that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I mean, so in general, it's pretty close to the Scoos as well.
Yeah.
I thought Knight was bigger, which is why I would have gone after the Knight.
I think if I were Phil, I would just crash in, and
with everything.
Well, I guess okay, never mind. He would definitely block with the Bob. I was gonna say like
he would chump the Knight with the Bob.
Yeah.
But if you attack with everything, you can get 2 damage in, put him down to 3. He could just die to it, or no.
Well, see, so I thought he might.
I think I would have attacked with everything anyways. Even if Bob dies, whatever. You're just removing all of his things. He can't minus the Lily, so then he goes down. You basically put Zach down to 2, and then he loses his Bob to the Knight, and then he trades Knight of Autumn for Tarmogoyf, or he goes down to 1 and takes the hit from the Knight of Autumn, and then trades Courser for nothing.
Yeah.
But then he's going to die on the next swing. I don't know. It's definitely interesting. There's a lot of options there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Zach's in a very good spot here. He at least has a bolt for the Night of Autumn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna activate my reach.
But you know, other than that, bolt kills the bird, which you don't really want to use.
Yeah,
like
here.
you know, at this point in the game.
Hey, what's up, Rob Meadows? How you doing? Oh yeah, the camera's a little funky today. We'll be able to, what do you mean blame me?
I agree.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a bad card right now.
Alrighty, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Zach's down to 3 here.
Make him sack a dude. There goes the bird. And it looks like you're probably just dead. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so that was actually a really good game one.
Yeah, actually.
Pretty swingy. The collected company from Phil that one turn, dodging the Inquisition was a huge turn.
That was the game changer in that.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, because we saw like the first couple of turns where it's like, yep. I mean, Zach's going to be able to play this 1-for-1. He's going to be able to kill everything, and then Call Against Command is going to keep ramping up Valley with his Bloodred Elves. But then Phil was just able to go collect the company, and Zach's like, okay, yep.
Yeah.
And then he gets a 2-for-1 there. And then he just did it again later in the game with another Coco, right? Another 2-for-1. And then he just starts to keep ramping up things until he gets started just annihilating Zach's graveyard with the Scavenging Ooze, building up his Knight of the Reliquaries. Like, in general, Phil's deck will scale, whereas Zach's doesn't. Zach is just trying to clear the board until he can get one of his creatures to go through, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's also... So, I've also played Jund.
Yeah.
For a couple years back. It's kind of when Grim Flayer was in Standard.
Yep.
I was like, I was hyping
card.
up that card like none other.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it in Standard because playing, Green-Black Delirium because Emrakul was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Also just Ishkanah.
Yeah, Liliana, Ishkanah, Grim Flayer.
Yeah, that was...
You're actually just playing Modern in Standard.
Eldritch Moon was one of my favorite sets.
And but I was on Jund, a while back, and one of the guys at my shop played Malira Company for a while, and I quickly learned that cards like Inquisition and Thoughtseize aren't very good against. At least I'm not a fan of them in like the mid-rangey type matchups.
Okay, sure.
Because like you can snag a collected company or a Court of Calling sometimes, but like oftentimes they'll be able to cast the Court in response, and then like you're not going to hit anything with your Inquisition.
Yeah.
That matters. Or they just company in response, whatever. Typically in like the creature-based matchups, I like sideboarding out all the discard spells and bringing in more removal spells. So you just play to the board and not play to the hand.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
Yeah.
Especially if like Phil's maximum costing card is that Court or Collected Company, right? Because for the most part, he's playing 2s and 3s for his drops, and if he goes turn 1 Bird to Paradise, then he can just empty his hand on turn 3 to 4, like very quickly.
Get like a turn 2 Corsair down and just start gaining.
Yep,
value.
and then if you happen to draw Thoughtseize later in the game, it's just a dead draw.
Oh yeah, like especially what we just saw when he put the Thoughtseize over the Bob, like that card doesn't actually. Do anything
you're just like,
anymore,
well, I guess you lose the game here. But yeah, in general, I like removal spells the most. I mean, that's just what Jund's trying to do for the most part. Like you're gonna go maybe turn 1, and turn 2 hand disruption, but then after that you're gonna be playing creatures, or you're gonna be removing their creatures, so then your creatures can end the game. Yeah,
and especially like. We saw that he had the Longshan Smiter, that Phil had Longshan Smiter game 1 in his hand, and if you, it's I don't know what the odds are of it actually happening, but if you do get Inquisition and that's like the only card they can take, then like they just get a free 4/4.
Yep.
And speaking of cards that, going back to our conversation about cards that are seeing play in Modern, the Nullhide Ferox from the new set.
Yeah.
It's a 4-mana 6/6 that has hexproof. It says you can't cast non-creature spells. Any player can pay 2 mana and make it lose all abilities until the end of the turn. But it also has the discard clause.
Yeah.
Just like Longshan Smiter does.
And Obstinate Baloth.
Yeah, and Obstinate Baloth.
Which one came first, Smiter or Baloth? What set was Baloth originally printed in? I'm being told Baloth came first.
M12, so it was definitely before.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, it was pretty like M11 or M12, somewhere around there. But before those, you had Wiltleaf Liege, which came back.
Yeah.
All the way back from Lorwyn or.
No,
I think it was Lorwyn.
Was it Lorwyn? Okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there, but yeah. I like that effect a lot. I was playing on MTG Arena, and I was playing some Nullhide Feroxes, And it wasn't even a force, but he thought I ragered me, and he picked my Ferox.
Nice.
So I got a turn 2 null hide Ferox, and boy, that felt great. Hey, Rob Meadows, thanks for the sub. How many months is this in a row for you?
What did you say? The only reason to be friends with David is to steal his dog. Okay,
oh yeah,
man.
dude, David's dog is cute.
I don't know. You're not getting my dog. I don't know what else to say, man.
Number 2.
Double Tarmogoyf, but no.
All right, it's 8 months in a row. I don't know why I didn't pop it up on it for a notification, but cool. Thanks for the 8 months, Robert.
Does anyone think Zoo with Pelt Collector is any good?
I don't. Do you? When I first saw that deck being like super hyped up, I was very upset.
Okay.
All right. So the ideal start, right?
Yeah.
Turn 1 Pelt Collector. Turn 2 Pelt Collector Vexing Devil. They choose to take the damage from Vexing Devil, which gets 2 triggers on both of your Pelt Collectors to attack for like 3, right?
Well, okay. So
that was like the concept.
Yeah, I think your ideal draw would be like turn 1 Collector, turn 2, like Curd Ape or Nicodle,
okay, sure.
and then Vexing Devil. So you have like a 3/3
something like
creature,
that.
and
Yeah.
then like they're gonna like the devil's gonna die, like whatever.
Sure.
But so let me see if I can remember this right, because I haven't looked a whole lot about of the guilds cards yet.
Sure.
So Pelt Collector is a 1/1.
Correct.
That every time a creature enters the battlefield with power greater than it gets a counter.
Yes.
And it's not power or toughness.
It's just power.
Okay.
So it's not like evolve, and it also triggers off the death of one of those creatures.
Oh, okay.
Which is why Vexing Devil is like good.
Oh, so we'd get 2 counters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So so the original concept was just like, hey, I can play Pelt Collectors, Vexing Devils, and then it would get like multiple triggers that they choose to sack it, or I get this, good creature, right, for 1 mana.
It's experiment 2. Got it.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to Vexing Devil, yeah. Or when one of your creatures die. We're seeing some Tarmogoyf beats here. I'm not sure what life those are.
They're only 1/2s.
I mean, yeah.
From what it looks like.
But they're getting in there.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy.
Well, I think they're at least 2/3s.
They have to be now, yeah. I don't think they updated the die yet, because that's Bolt and Verdant Catacombs or something like that. Which is why he would have taken them there, because the rest of it was tapped.
Yeah. Well, going back to the question about Zoo, I don't think Zoo type decks are that good in Modern right now. Modern's fast and everything, but you have to beat decks like Jeskai and Mardu and Jund, which are just full of removal spells for all of your creatures.
Yeah, they're full of removal spells, and also you have to beat the fast decks. Like, Storm kills you before you kill them.
Yeah, or KCI.
Yeah, KCI.
You're playing a bunch of 1-drops in Zoo, and KCI can just go, turn 1, Engineered Explosives on 1, turn 2, pop it.
Yeah. It's super awkward. But yeah, there's just better things to do in Modern right now.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it was at the beginning, when it was just a budget deck, right? Because I think Pelt Collectors were $1 maybe, and then they hit up to 15, and now they're back at 8 or something.
Are they really $8?
On Star City Games or whatever.
Oh, jeez.
Last time I checked. But yeah, they were $1.
Yeah.
Or they're $1 or $2, and then they went up to 15. Once the deck started getting hyped up, and then I was like, okay, that's a little excessive, isn't it? Which was perfect for me because I had 3 Pelt Collectors for my pre-releases, so I was like, yeah, cool, all right. Traded those off. But in general, I think if you were able to buy the deck for when it was speaking just $40, I would have done that. Just because it's a reasonable deck for the price of the deck, right?
Yeah. So speaking of,
let's get zoom. Can we zoom back in here?
Yeah,
on the play space.
It looks like he just played that Scrib Ranger that I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah.
So,
can we pull up the Scrib Ranger, too? Just because that card is fantastic.
Yeah, I saw him play it Friday, and I was like, I actually don't know what that card does. I have to read it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's one of those cards that not many people actually know about just because it only saw play in Legacy in 1 deck.
Yeah.
That's maybe 2 decks.
Yeah.
But in 1 big concept deck, which is Maverick.
Does that have flash? It does have flash.
Yeah, it has flash.
Pro blue.
Yeah, so flying protection from blue, which means you can block some of these Sphinxes or whatever. I mean, yeah, it is pretty good. And then you can return a force you control to your hand. And then you could do untap target creature, and then you play this ability only once each turn. I mean, yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so you can, untap that's not of the relic. You can activate Knight, and then play Scrib Ranger, or have one in play already. Bounce a forest, and then untap your Knight again and activate it again. So you can get a bunch of value off of these 2 cards here.
Oh yeah, and then it's also just in the Maverick deck, you play Mother of Runes, which is generally like one of the main concepts. Yeah, because you you get to just infinitely block whatever. You just give it protection from whatever you're blocking.
I'm a fan of that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, dude, Mother of Runes is I mean,
so good.
Yeah, so the powerhouse of that combo is just Mother of Runes straight up. But I mean, yeah, Scribranger is also a lot of fun and does his job fairly well. And we're gonna see a Loxodon Smiter come in here.
Oh, that was. Yeah. So what happened there was it looked like Zach used Kolagon's command to kill the resto, but then also made him discard a card, and he just chose to discard the Smiter. So that's not exactly what Zach wants to see, but I imagine he didn't have any other modes to pick. Because I think he only has 2 lands.
I don't think he had a creature in the graveyard.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was just the best line, and didn't work out.
Sometimes they have it.
Yep. Nothing wrong happened there. Just got a little unlucky.
Yeah.
That honestly probably flips the tables here. I think Phil's in the commanding position now.
Yeah, he just has these Goyfs as of right now can't attack through either one of his creatures.
I mean, and if you just look at Phil's hand, like it is like it's full of good stuff. Like he's ready to go off here.
What is he at?
Well, he has tireless trackers.
That's pretty good.
I hope he has. Yeah, so he has land. Knight of the Reliquaries. He's definitely gonna get there.
Oh, so much value.
I mean, right now, I think the only way he's actually out of this is with like a damnation or something.
Yeah.
Well,
he has one in
hand. Oh,
hand,
he does.
so.
Yeah. And I mean, his Bob is doing like work, and I do not want to play this damnation now.
Yeah, I think how you get back into this game is you find a way to kill the Courser, and then you can start attacking or blocking with your Goyfs. Like you need one more card type in the graveyard.
I mean,
for this, for these Goyfs to be able to just
be big enough.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to just like wait for? I feel like I just want to sit back with my Goyfs right now and hope that Phil overextends and you can just get him with the damnation, or we can just go all out.
Yeah,
which
it looks like he's going for the damnation here.
Yeah, I don't like playing damnation right now though. I would just wait in general. At least give it one more turn.
Well, this is really bad if we don't know what the top card of his of Phil's library is. So, but
so we can't see it.
If Phil has like a collected company or anything that he draws.
I mean, like regardless, you know that Phil has a hand of 7 at least, right? So it's just, it's just super risky.
Did you say a hat? Oh, he has a Hazoret in his hand? That's pretty good.
I mean, Hazoret seems super good, and it can attack if you just get rid of cards out of his hand.
Yeah, I think he only has 2 cards in hand. I think it's a land and a Hazoret.
Yeah, if that is that. Yep, that's Hazoret. Okay. I mean, in general, I still think we should have waited on the damnation.
Yeah,
because you weren't you're at 12 life. You could have just blocked or chump blocked or maybe done favorable blocks. Like you could have easily turned the table there because if Phil played out 2 more creatures there, whatever it was like double Knight of the Reliquary or just Knight of the Reliquary or Scavenging Ooze or anything like that. You're just getting 2 more creatures for it, right?
Yeah.
So now you have to and you weren't even gonna you're maybe take a couple points of damage, right, for waiting, which is fine. I mean that's perfect. I mean you also would have potentially taken more damage off the Bob if you didn't block with it, which I would have just blocked with it instantly since you're going to be wrathing the board on your turn anyways.
Yeah. Well, I would have tried to maybe wait at least 1 more turn or so.
Did Phil just Ghost Quarter himself? That's what I think. I believe that's what just happened.
Yeah, I think he floated a mana with the Rising Canopy and then Ghost Quartered it, which is so he plays exactly 1 swamp.
Okay, and he needed the black
basic
mana.
Swamp, and I think he needs the black mana for something. So
yep, that's how you fetch it out.
We're gonna see what that card is.
We saw an Assassin Trophy earlier, but that was the only thing I remember. Nope, we used the Swamp for Knight of the Reliquary. Yep, so we're gonna see double Knight here.
Cool. So he just fixed his mana and played 2 threats.
I mean, yeah, it's like.
It also puts 2 lands. In the
it ups the land count, which is the first thing I thought about, but I mean, you just didn't need to. But yeah, so again, this is where just having that damage still would have been huge. But now we get to go Goyf, Hazoret, land. Or probably not even play the land, just hold it in your hand. I mean, you could just end this game with Hazoret triggers. Since you can infinitely block the Knight, right? Because Hazoret has indestructible.
Yeah.
Or we can... Wait, what?
That is...
So we're attacking with the Hazoret?
That is interesting.
Alright, so if he blocks with one of his dudes, which he will, he kills it. So I guess it's a free kill.
Oh, yeah, because...
He has to block, otherwise he gets double discard on his turn.
Yeah, he's just, super dead. So.
Okay. And then his Goyf can block this Knight currently. Okay. So Hazoret flipped it. Let's see.
It looks like Phil has a Voice of Resurgence and some lands. I can't quite tell what the card just to the left of the Voice is, but...
It kind of looks like a Fatal Push.
Yeah, I wonder if Phil has any way to... Oh, it's a Thrun.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I think he took a point of damage, too, from something.
Yeah.
One of his lands there. Can't really see it too clearly.
Yeah, I don't really know how... if Phil left any, like, path... I mean, I would imagine he left Path to Exile, or he decided in, like, Celestial Purge or something, but...
That's one way to remove this hazard.
Yeah, he's got to find it, like, right now.
Yep. I mean, he can block with this voice. So essentially he can, like, jump block, right? But Zach just keeps discarding cards, right? But it's only 2 damage per discard, and also uses up 3 of his mana. So he can only do it twice a turn. But he also has to have a card in his hand to do it, right? So currently he can do it twice, put it fill down to 3.
Yeah, but that also makes his lightning bolts live.
Yeah, makes his bolts live. It doesn't make the entire top of his deck live, but it is pretty good in general. But if Phil gets like a scavenging ooze here and he can start gaining life, I think he just wins.
Yeah. You think a Skooz can race the Hazoret?
I mean, yeah.
Probably.
Because, I mean, he only gets 1 activation a turn, right? Because he only gets 1 card draw a turn. And then he can activate Skooz, it looks like 4 times a turn.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many creatures there are, but in general, that should just do it. Because you're going to have more creatures, and you're going to just be able to keep attacking Zach. And we see the double activation there. Phil goes down to 3.
Bolt off the top. Here we go.
Yep. That's what we're playing for.
Easy money.
Or attack and hope he doesn't block. See if that one works. Probably not. We'll see. It does not appear to be a bolt.
If it was a fatal push... Oh, no, I guess he has 4 blockers.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It looks like a green card. Did anyone in chat see what it was?
Is it a Scavenging Ooze?
I don't know.
That would also be pretty good.
Yeah, Scavenging Ooze would be pretty good. There's an Aven Mind Sensor.
Mind Sensor. Nice.
That's a Maverick card. And we're going to keep activating. Notch. It should have already been shipped. I can double check with the person in charge of that, though. Yeah, you won the... Oh, wait, actually, it's been like a week. Hold on, Notch, I'll double check on that. You won the... What was it, true name nemesis? Should have been the true name. I'll get back to you later tonight about that, Notch.
Astro, if you don't kill this.
So Robert says the card that we don't know about in Zach's hand is a Liliana.
Mm-hmm. Robert has like an insanely good eye with that stuff.
Yeah. Is it a Liliana of the Veil or Liliana of the Last Hope? I would imagine it's the Veil because it doesn't seem very good on this board with a bunch of creatures.
This is going here. I have 1 card in hand, so I can...
Okay, were you talking to Jake Valentine? I know I think his account on Twitch is like Hopeless or something. Hopeless? I don't know. Might be Hopeless. I think it's Hopeless.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, blocks.
That's a lot of damage.
Does he have a Scrib Ranger?
Yep.
Or does he have a Gavany?
Gavany?
He has a Gavany in play. Yeah.
Untap discard.
I'm not sure he won that. I think Phil won.
1, 2, 3, 4. He was taking like 8 there.
That's not enough though.
Well, Zach
was blocked.
Yeah, but Zach's.
Well, I mean, Phil could have conceded because Zach had the swing back, right? I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, no, because it looks like.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, yeah, if you figured it out with him and everything was good to go, then it should be good to go. You are overseas there, right, Notch? So that's probably why it's a delay. I'm not entirely sure though, but I'll get an update for you later tonight. All right, Zach did win that one.
You did win that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Phil.
I think Phil was like 5 points of damage short.
Yeah, I think he made a misplay.
Well,
out there, but you also can't just sit. You can't just.
Well, no, because Zach already had 1 card in hand, so he would have drawn a card and then he would have had double activation and just kill him anyways.
Well, yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yep. So it wasn't not a misplay. It was just like, well, do I win or do you win? Kind of situation. You're just like, try and force a mistake because you have no other out.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually I can just like drop 2 knights.
That Hazoret really.
Yeah.
That really swung the.
It was. I mean, honestly, it's pretty surprising. I mean, I think when it came down at the time, I wasn't really considering Phil's life total too much. I think it was at like what 10.
I think it was at 9. Yeah.
9 or something. Yeah. So essentially 5 activations. So I wasn't really considering how fast Hazoret could have just closed the game out because he only had 1 card in hand, right? But then he drew another one, so he would have had 2 when he played it. Which was, I don't know. It was interesting how much damage it did.
I'm playing. Been playing Marty Pyromancer.
Yeah,
recently, and I've been thinking about playing Hazoret. I have one, but I haven't sleeved it up yet and put it in my sideboard.
Sure.
Because right now, so like typically I find it useful for games where we need to like you know, you need to close the door really quick. So like
Yeah.
if it's Tron or something, like you just have to kill them really fast. But I've been finding Goblin Rabble Master to be like so much better at that because it comes down to turn earlier.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
It just pumps out damage.
Yep. Like I would like play. Yeah, 100% play Rabble Master, completely.
So here is the bane of Jun's existence, Lingering Souls.
Of Jund's existence?
Yeah, that card is so good in this matchup.
Jund? Oh,
yeah.
against it. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Lingering Souls against Jund is like just phenomenal.
It is insane.
It's like 2 cards that it essentially acts as 2 cards and both.
Yeah, or it acts for like
It just
I mean, you make 4 creatures,
flags.
right?
Yeah. You just make 4 creatures.
And all you need is one of those creatures to win the game.
Yeah, and like Jun's exact answer is like
Maelstrom Pulse.
Main board at least. Or like post board, they have to like use a damnation on it.
Yeah, and it's really funny, honestly.
Oh yeah, like Lingering Souls is like just
like right now. If I'm Zach, I'd be thinking, man, I really wish I had a damnation in my hand, just because like he's going to die and like just give it like 5 turns and he's dead.
Where's
like
that?
He has to answer this board.
That Knight of Souls Betrayal. There you go.
Alrighty, let's see what he has. It doesn't look like a lot. Like if he plays this Lily, he can minus. Well, you kill one of the spirits, but then Lily dies.
No, I definitely don't like playing Liliana here.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, I don't think Zach has any good plays though. Like I think this Lingering Souls with the Corsair Crew fix backup is just gonna end the game. So we see the mountain. Is that an anger? It didn't look like an anger the guys, but it kind of did. You know, I don't think it should be an anger though. Probably just a bolt. I think he just passed turn.
Yeah. So at least. Yeah, I can't really see his hand. He has at least 1 Bloodstained Mire.
Yep. 1 Bloodstain, 1 Lily. And we're attacking him with Phil. I mean, it's currently 4 points of damage. I mean, that's a efficient clock.
Yep. It's not bad.
And you can add way more to it.
Yeah.
As well.
The other thing about like Lingering Souls, the reason it's so good against Jund is because like, you know, we were saying that Jund's the cleanest answer Jund has is like something like Knight of Souls Betrayal or Damnation or Liliana the Last Hope is actually really good. I forgot about that card.
Yep.
But like other than those, you're wasting, you know, like what's about to happen. I guess he's gonna double bolt the Corsair.
That's not ideal.
Like essentially, if you're put in a position where you have to kill these Lingering Souls tokens, you're spending like actual cards for half of Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
And then like later in the game, he just flashes it back, and now you're in the same position.
Or like even then so essentially the way I see it is that each spirit is 1/4 of that card.
Yeah.
So like if you're using a bolt for one of those, you're trading 1 for 1/4, right?
Yeah,
so it's a
like
4-to-1 ratio, which is terrible.
Yeah, which is exactly
Jund.
what Jund does not want to be doing.
Yeah, because Jund wants to do 2 for 1 in their favor or 1 for 1s, right?
Yeah.
That's how Jund rolls. And then when you play Lingering Souls, they just lose.
Yeah.
They're just like, well, we can't beat that. And
oh, can't cast that card.
Yep. So Damnation was one of the cards we were talking about, especially in this matchup where Phil's so creature heavy, he's just going like extremely wide with his board. Where Damnation's huge here. Now Damnation's going to the bottom of his deck.
Yeah, that's not very good.
Off this Cascade.
Damnation goes.
Yeah, and I imagine a collecting company is going to come down in response, which is going to make this just feel even worse.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, I mean, like, I do like trying to control the board before you get a Planeswalker in play, because if you just play it and then it dies, like, it's just really bad. So I don't mind playing the Bloodbraid here. But, like, yeah, so there's a company that I was thinking about playing. But Zach does have a Liliana the Last Hope in his hand, which is really, really good about cleaning up the creatures on Phil's board right now. So,
yeah, it's not bad.
So if he can maneuver himself in a situation where he can play like Liliana, hold up Bolt to protect her or something.
Yeah.
Then
He also has a Pulse currently, so he can get rid of if Phil does flashback. But Phil's also just missed a land drop here. Or sorry, no, we're still on Zach's turn after the Cascade.
Yeah, well, I do believe Phil,
because we responded by tapping our Noble Hierarch, and we found Noble Hierarch and even Mind Fencer.
Yep.
All right, not a bad spot for Jund here, but I still think Maverick should be able to pull this one through.
Yeah, he has like 4 points of flying.
A turn,
right now, and like he doesn't even.
Wait.
Have, well, he can just attack with the 1, and he has 2 Exalted triggers, so it's the same amount of damage.
Right, same amount of damage.
So you just leave back the Lingering Souls to block. So.
Alright, he received Voice.
That's another great card against Jund.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, because it's again 2-for-1 against John's favor.
It is really hard to 2-for-1 that card. But I do believe, I think Zach actually does have an Anger of the Gods in his hand. I think it's right under the Skull Guns command.
Hopefully. So yeah, I thought it is.
Yeah, right there.
So I saw that in the open. I wasn't sure if it was or not.
Yeah.
I thought it was
That
more
card
looking like a bolt.
That card's going to be fantastic here.
Oh yeah.
Because, so Phil's missed land drops, and he loses 2 of his mana dorks. It cleans up Voice of Resurgence super.
Yes.
It's like
I mean, it just
the cleanest answer Junk can have
yes.
in a second.
It also just removes the entire board.
Yeah. But
This is where he wants to be right now.
like even and he can follow it up next turn with like a Liliana or like so I really like this position. Phil's gonna flashback this Lingering Souls, and then Zach can just play this Liliana and just start plussing and like
and then get rid of the souls instantly. Yeah. And real quick, in Phil's hand, I see a knight, a double knight, and a Settle the Wreckage.
Is that a Settle the Wreckage?
I'm positive.
That's pretty sick.
It is, yeah.
So he's playing Nullhide Ferox and he's playing Nullhide Ferox and Gaddock Teague and Settle the Wreckage in the same deck.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, it's like, well...
and Batterskull.
Yeah, so like earlier I was like, you know what, like Gaddock Teague's perfect here because it only counters like a couple of your things, right? I mean, it hits Coco, and that's pretty much it. And now we're seeing more things that it counters, but that's fine. He probably started out the Gaddock Teague anyways.
Yeah, look at this. This is so good.
Yep, the double Lily combo.
Yeah, now we can just start maintaining this board state.
Yep, and like the moment that ruling changed where you could have multiple of the same Planeswalker type, this was the thing people were thinking about in Modern.
Oh, yeah.
The double Lily.
So,
and it looks real strong here.
Yeah, so somebody asked about why didn't Zach attack with the Bloodbraid Elf before he angered? And I think the reasoning behind it is he didn't want the voice token to come into play. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because like
it would have died to the damage it had on it.
But the voice is no longer in the graveyard, so like if there's a scavenging use later in the game, it can't get eaten. This is kind of like a really small.
Also, just exiling your own Bloodbraid Elf. Same reason there. Just because if there is a Scoos, which you've seen from Phil.
Well, like, that's kind of a downside because...
you mean you also play Scoos, right? So
well, Zach has a Kolaghan's command in his hand. So...
Sure.
He... You know, actually, I might have been...
it's just awkward in general.
Yeah.
Either way, it would have been fine, I think. But, I mean, regardless, he should be able to win this game with the double Lilies. I think Lily Last Hope ults at 7. So, yeah, we're going to be taking her down. By 3, putting her down to 3.
I do believe... I play with this card all the time. I should know what...
Actually, she only takes 1 because he plussed on the voice instead of...
So it's actually only a 1/2.
Yeah.
Attacks.
Now we have a Raging Ravine too, so that's going to be good. And we're going to Pulse.
Oh, this is going to be disgusting.
Yeah, that's mean.
Yeah, plus on the...
Hierarch to kill it.
You plus
and
on
then minus Lily.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that nice
board. That is nice. The power of double Lily, man. You just remove 3 creatures
and you have
with
a
1 card,
You just have a Raging Ravine to take over. So, yeah, this game looks like...
Yeah, I think Zach should have just won this one. I'm going to see the Ghost Quarter to clean up the Raging Ravine, but, I mean, there's still double Lily, and if he doesn't answer the 1 Lily, Last Hope, it's just going to ult and he's going to get it. All right, so Draco Mix, this is a... All right. So there's 4 types of REL for Magic the Gathering, right? There's casual REL, or is it only 3? I think it's only 3, right? Casual, regular, competitive? Or is there one more?
Professional. I believe there's like a professional REL.
After that?
Yeah, so that's like that's like what Pro Tour level is, and it's like super strict.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was just competitive. Okay, so there's casual, which is like tabletop Magic, etc. We're currently at regular. Thanks for the follow, dude. Enjoy your 50 points for our giveaways, etc. We'll go over that more later about how you can earn points on the stream. But anyways, so we are currently in regular REL, and then there's also competitive REL. So Pro REL is also day shoot. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like
so there's 4.
Yeah, it's a really like super strict rulings. Like, they probably cracked out on drawing extra cards on accident or whatever.
Oh, you get cracked down on that at competitive REL as well.
Yeah. Well, like I think it's they switched it recently. Because it just created like feel bad moments for like if you like accidentally resolve a spell wrong or something.
Yeah.
It used to be a game loss, just straight up. Like like if it was your first violation.
I mean, if you're at pro level, I think that's fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or even competitive level.
Yeah, I think the most famous instance of this that I can remember is Patrick Chapin. I don't remember who he was playing against, but he was playing standard, and he activated a Johnny Mentor of Heroes.
Sure.
One of the possibilities lets you look at like the top 3
I think it's top 4.
Cards. Yeah, top 4 cards, and you could put like a creature in your hand, a creature or land maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
And he had his hand face down on the table, and he takes a Tasigur, the Golden Fang, with the Ajani, and like it's all on camera, so like we see it happen.
Yes.
But he puts it down on the table and is touching the sleeves on the hand that he put down as he was putting the cards back on the deck, but he forgot to flip it over immediately. But without putting it back in his hand, he flipped it over afterwards to show his opponent. The judge came over, and he got a game loss, which resulted in him losing the match.
Right.
Because he, I don't want to say like resolved it incorrectly, but
I mean,
like,
he kind of did.
The slight mistake of not revealing it to your opponent immediately, which was considered drawing an extra card or.
Well, yeah. So essentially, like the problem there is that it touched the other cards in his hand, right? So the moment it touches like the rest of your hand, that's where the problem comes up, because you could like change the card, right?
Yeah,
yeah. So in general, like whenever that happens and you touch like an additional card to your hand, and the judge asks you, so at regular REL, they would ask your opponent, do you know which card it is? And then, your opponent would be like, yeah, sure, it's this one. Like, I know for a fact that that's the card that was, like, the additional draw or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's an easy fix. But if you don't know what the card is, and at pro level, they're going to assume, and, like, your opponent's not going to have your best interests at heart. So they're going to be like, yeah, I don't know what that card is, right? Even if they clearly knew.
Yeah, that's actually what happened.
Yeah, their opponent's going to be like,
was like, I don't know what your hand is.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know. Like, I can't control that. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be like, well, this is, like, we have to rule this as cheating. So then punishment is applied, and then he lost the match, right? And so that's what happened there. And, I mean, so yeah, so that's pro level play. Right now, we're at regular. Although a lot of the players here play pretty frequently at competitive play.
Yeah,
opens, like GPs, all that good stuff. This area, especially the store, is one of the most competitive in like I don't want to say region, I guess. Like just it's pretty big. Like we have a lot of good players, multiple players here that come who have made it to the Pro Tour and play at pro level play. But yeah, so that's the best we can do to answer that question. Well, we're currently in turns on the round, so we should be back with round 3. This is currently round 2, sorry, it's not updated at the bottom, but we'll be back with round 3 shortly. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in with us. If you guys have any deck requests, questions, comments, anything like that, we'll be reading the chat. And yeah, we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.